So hello everyone. For all those who know me, so I'm Vidya and part of our amazing RTT graduates group. So today I'm so happy to introduce Mr. Henry Roosevelt, a very close associate of mine. And he's here, he's the expert. He's going to introduce himself and his company. And he's here to answer all your questions. So over to you, Henry.
Thank you, Vidya. So, all of you, good evening once again. I hope some more may join. Basically, my background, what is the company, I run a company called Global Corporate Business Advisors. And we are in the industry past a decade in UAE, doing the company formation. So we do expert advisors for the company formation for the investors who want to set up the companies. And we also manage the companies by doing the complete PRO services. And we have our own Tashil and Amir Center, 24/7 it is called. So we have in-house visa process and all the labor process for the mainland. We do company formation in the mainland and in the free zone and in the offshore companies in UAE. Basically, we only focus on offshore for the UAE jurisdictions, not any other jurisdiction. So that's a small intro I can give. Apart from the company formation, when it comes to the PRO services, we also do the residence visas, starting from family visas, the gold visas, and the property investors visas. So these are the few visas that has been lined up now. We are going to get more informations with related to the green visas, and which is going to come in the next few days. Then now October, first week of October, we'll have more informations. But at the same time, we have gold visas for students who are completed the universities, and also for the students who have completed the 10th standard here or 12th grade, which are going to. They also got gold visas for 5 years. And university students, they get 10 years if they are qualified on a certain level. And also for the managers who are managers the trade license, who are drawing more than 35,000, they also are eligible for gold visas here. So these are categories which has been lined up, but we have more new information is going to come up with the business visas, like 5 years business, multiple entry visas, and many more informations we are going to wait and see in the next few days. So this is all the services right now we are doing. All legal residential visas we do. We don't do any visit visas or anything like that the travel people do. But we do only residence visas and company formations. So with related to this, you have any questions, please, the floor is open to you. I just gave a small intro. And I am here in UAE for the past 25 years. Industry-wise, which is more on company formation and legal structuring. We do company liquidations also. We just don't do the company formation. Liquidations we do. We do restructurings, holding companies we do. So these are the kind of work that we normally do in UAE. So the floor is open once again to all of you. Welcome. Nice to see you all, guys.
Thank you so much, Henry. So the way we would do this is just to give you a brief. So this is a group of all RTT graduates, and some of them could be students. So they are already in UAE, most of them. So I think the questions are related to with how they can set up their own company and what kind of visas are available. So we will go by raising hand. So whoever's raising the hand, you can then unmute you. I'll call out the name, you unmute yourself and ask the question so that we ensure that everybody else is muted. So I have Anita here. So Anita, you can go ahead.
Good evening, Mr. Henry. Pleasure to have you here with us. I know it's not your time, work hours. Thanks for joining in. My question to you is that, do you know about any freelance visas where you can work as a therapist? Because we all are RTT therapists. Some of us are life coaches as well. So do you know any category where you can apply as a freelancer and we get ourselves registered under that?
Let me, since you've taken the word freelance, the freelance visas we hear, but normally freelance licenses are the one which comes in first. So for example, the basic freelance word came for the people who are working the industry like media, like journalists, writers, artists. These are the people were given in the initial stage the freelance visas. So initially they started with that. Now a couple of free zones have started introducing that. That was started by the media city licenses. They are the first people to do. Slowly then they extended to other free zones in Sharjah. And now even DWC have started. But now here what happens is the two things are there here. People mistake very easily freelance visa. Somebody, you can get a freelance, just a visa. Visa doesn't alone come in UAE at all. We need a window to issue a visa. For example, if somebody has a property, they get a visa because property is a window. Earlier, they were issuing a license under the property, not a commercial license, normal licenses, which we pay 80,000, and then they get a visa for the property owners. It was once upon a time, which I did 7 or 8 years ago, when the the freehold started. Now, similarly, anyone want to get freelance visas. So first, they will see the age. First, they will see the age. Age should not be over, 60. Below 60, then the profession, what they want to do. So they have to qualify that profession, and all, like say, it is not given for everybody. There are certain industry only will be given freelance visas. For example, as I said, photography, they can get. So we have to make a profile for them and do it. Not any. There are few. I can send a list of that to you to be more precise, so that you know which all the freelance licenses you can choose, on which all categories that we can choose. We can help you that particular information to you, Anita.
Yeah, if you can give us that, because I know of a lot of people who are health coaches and who are working on a freelance visa, and they can work and they are allowed to see clients and they can work on that visa. So that's what we all are looking for, because most of the people may not be wanting to form companies. We've just started off. Maybe down the line, a year or a couple of years after, they may look for a company. Right now they're all looking for a visa where they are allowed to, as qualified therapists, to be able to work as a therapist. So if you can let us know, is there any category which allows us to do that?
Sure, definitely. I'll get this information. But again, to add it to my point, I would like to add one more point here. There are in the market in UAE, what happens is there are people who sell visa. Okay, sell visa means there is an establishment already. They give visas outrightly. Legally speaking, that is not legal. Illegally, they sell visa for 8,000, 10,000.
We don't want all that. We want
people work like that.
Way out. Yeah.
Correct. So we don't encourage, or we don't go into that market. So we want to do something like legally on your name, that you are the entity holder and you get visa. So as I told you, let me check it whether they give the just a visa. As of my knowledge, I can say 100% it is not. But if you have heard about it, somebody is giving, I would like to know that which free zone are they got, from which free zone, which entity is issuing that particular licenses. Because right now, even if you look at it, let's say now you have a property, or you got a gold visa, these visas are not given for working.
No, those are different ones. What you're talking about, gold visa, green visa, these are all different visas. We are talking about a freelancer who is a qualified, whether you're talking about photography or you're talking about a health coach. These are licenses given to you to be able to practice. So it's not the golden visa or green visa that we're talking about.
Okay, freelance visas, I know. We have a category. I will share you that list. Anything else? Oh, please go ahead, Preeti.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
Thank you so much for giving us this time. I think everybody will be happy. My question is about that, like people say that take a trade license or the company license from Ajman, and you can do as a therapy, or you can practice this one. So is it possible to get this kind of trade license or license to being a therapist or a RTT or like this, what we are doing, and we can practice like that in Dubai? or do we need an office proper setup for that?
See, first and the foremost thing, what sort of license you are looking from Ajman to get it?
It's about RTT only, because we all are practicing this only. So it's a mind consulting or therapy or health awareness coaching. This is the thing which we are doing.
Okay, now here goes. The information is this. Let's say now you are going to get a license on a consultancy.
Yeah.
Anyone who takes the licenses from any Emirates,
Mhm.
any Emirates or any free zones, you can 100% sit and operate in Dubai. So there is no, earlier they were having information, no, you cannot. You can work 100%. B2B, there is no problem. B2C also you can give. Consider you have an agreement or in place, that is fantastic. There is no problem and nobody is going to stop you. Let's say you have an Ajman license, you can legally take an office for good business centers. A lot of business centers, they will issue the license, Ijari to you, and you can sit and operate. Now coming to the second point, the most important. How will DHA allow you? How will DHA allow you to do that? Now, when it comes to some sort of clinical practice, no. When you operate in Dubai, you need to have a DHA license. That's important. If it were to be consulting, okay, fantastic. Preeti is opening a license and Preeti has a license. She does a consulting. No problem. Nobody's going to stop you. Nobody, even inspection comes. You have a UAE license. You can. But something else that you do, which involves physical, you have to physically treat the people, then the DHA comes. DHA is very important because anything that you operate here under this Emirates, you need to have DHA permission from them.
How about free zone?
Same, free zone. If you are that whatever you're choosing requires an external approval, then it will fall, because those external approval licenses are not given to the free zone. That is the first point which free zone blocks it. If the free zone gives those licenses, then let's say Ajman, you're talking about Ajman. Ajman Health Authority have to give a permission to you to operate that. Consultancy, that doesn't matter. That's fine to go. They don't.
Okay.
But if it requires, that particular requires a therapy or something like that, you need your personal intervention and you are healing with the client on the physical side, then it has its own norms. Like as I said, DHA, Ajman will definitely also have that, and they will not allow you to operate outside the premises or outside the zone.
So what's the solution to get the license from DHA? And because as what we are doing right now, that we have the DED license, trade license or the professional license, but still we have a problem for doing the practice and everything.
Have
So
you completed? Yeah, go ahead.
So for how to proceed, this one has to be legalized, and I think everyone is facing this one, to how to legalize this thing as a therapist.
First and the foremost thing is that if you have passed the DHA test here and have the license, I don't think there is a hurdle for you.
No, I haven't. I don't know anyone who has done.
The challenge
we have DHA consultants.
Challenge with DHA, so RTT is medically coming under DHA, so there is nothing at the moment which can be directly licensed. So that's a separate talk the RTT school is planning to have, or some of us are going to have with DHA and see how we can come under the medical, part of the practice. So I think what Preeti is saying is some of us have this DD license, which is the e-trader license, where we have health awareness services or something like that. And we are using that to practice. But currently under DHA, we don't qualify. Under whatever categories they have, RTT doesn't qualify.
Exactly. And I think that is 10,000 dirhams for that, right? For DHA.
No, not 10,000. No, it's any licenses. What we are doing currently for the therapist, we have physiotherapists also. It's hardly touches 3,000 to 4,000. That's it.
No, for the test.
What sort of test? I mean, for the exam?
Yeah.
License? No, I'm talking about the license. It's hardly comes to 3,000 or 4,000 dirhams, not more than that. Approximately,
So,
I have qualified 3 doctors now and a nurse, physiotherapist.
but they have that kind of certification where you can give that, you can issue that license, right? Right now, we all have the certification of only RTT. We are not having the background of any a psychologist or any doctor, any nurse. We are not. We are just standing as a RTT therapist. So as RTT is not been recognized in UAE right now.
Send us your certificate. No, we can do that. If it is not certified, we can get it certified. We have people who work on that.
This is where we are fighting and lacking and checking somewhere that we get a link.
That's why we have Henry here, guys. So
we have a committee. See, we have a committee, especially working with our Sheikh Maktoum's family, because Sheikh Maktoum family is closely involved with the DHA, and they are one of his daughter is working very closely with this organization with DHA, and she is our advisor. So what we do, when we get very niche things, we take up these issues with them, and we have a council for this, and we discuss this. And then we try to implement step by step these sort of licenses. We do that. We do that.
Because
what do you do? Send us your certificate. Then we will look at what sort of exactly your with a profile and a CV, and let us look on this. Maybe it will take a little time, but we can find some windows, or maybe I can another meeting with my DHA team. I have a big DHA team, consultants, where we can, they are the advisors for the DHA council.
Okay.
So definitely we can help something on that. We will look into
because
that.
what happened, like hypnosis in Dubai, many institutes are practicing. They are issuing the license. So they are doing and they are issuing the certificates and everything. But what happens, like as a RTT, we are not recognized yet. So as basically from past, I think 7-8 months, I understand that we have to take a certification from the local market or NLP or any institute hypnosis, then might be we get a trade license or we get a business license to practice and everything. What right now we are doing, I think, which is not a legalized or not a proper way we are doing. Even we have.
Sorry to cut you. Yeah. I think Henry's already given us a solution. So I'll be the point of contact because I deal with very closely. So we will have a separate call between us, the RTT guys, and we will come up with a process, which then we will whatever he wants, we will give him that information, and through him, because he already has a set of people, I think we'll be in a stronger position to get this certified.
Yeah. Just I'm explaining that the hypnosis is going on in the market. It's not a new thing.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions? I think the major concern for everybody was getting a DHA license. I think that's sorted. Anyone regarding company setup? Because a couple of people have reached out to me asking information on that. So if anybody wants
okay.
I think once it will be DHA will be sorted out, then there will be no problem about company setup also.
Okay. Actually, as I told you, we have a very good people who are very closely working with the royal family, especially with the health industry. Definitely, we can look into this. If we are struggling this, we'll have to bring to the notice first, and then we need to have a discuss, and we should have put it in the council and the approves. It's not an easy process. It's a lengthy process, but we need to get it, through this particular, window where we will have more opportunities. So because there are people who already, we are setting up 2 clinics now for this. One was the hypnosis. We looked for it, but then they changed it to a psychology, clinic. One is the clinical psychology, and other one is the general one. So that's what we already framed, and we already incorporated that clinic also. So that is the current state this morning, what I got it, because I am also entering into this sort of phase where people get inquiries of, they are looking for, this sort of that. So, but directly they don't give hypnosis license, they don't give, but then we have some other way of doing in a legal way, like coaching, or psychology, clinic, dental. But the people must be having a clear record of their qualification, one, two, their experiences in this field, which satisfies us the authorities. Yes, because anything that we do clinically, it has to have a clinical practice and the experience where we have to justify. So we are working on that. Send us your certificates. Definitely we can have, and also I can help you to arrange another meeting. After we study this, we will arrange a meeting and we will take it from there.
Yeah, sure. I think Shaista is... Go ahead, Shaista.
Any other questions for the company formation?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, hi. Firstly, I really want to thank Vidya for organizing this. And thank you very much, Henry, for giving us your time on a Monday morning. I'm sure you've had a long day at work as well. So just a very quick question. I think as Vidya said, that some of us are at different journeys in RTT, where some are established and some are sort of in the process of setting up. So if somebody has, like I'll talk about myself, I've very, very recently just finished RTT. So what are the steps in terms of getting the necessary licenses that I can reach out to, and what would be required? If you can just help. And I understand that, perhaps your resume, your qualification and everything would be, your years of experience, as you said, would be very important. But most of the times, I think we all come from different backgrounds. While we may have experience in different fields, but it may not be necessarily or predominantly only in that field. So how do we sort of go about it, and what would be the necessary licenses that we may require at the inception, just at the start? Thank you.
Shasta, I can understand your difficulty, what you're going through, each one of us. As I told, let's figure out how best and accurate that we can, make things fall in place. Now the things are not in place as everybody is looking around.
Sure.
Once we have this, definitely we will. In my expertise, if you ask me, yes, we have done a lot of miracles, which here it is getting to know the right things or the practices or the methods to the authorities are not that easy, but they have to be known, they have to be explained, they have to be shown. So, and they will also compare with these things with the Western side, what they are practicing, or the other part of the world, how they are doing. So that is how they bring in. And of course, UAE is not, has gone back. UAE is setting the standards. UAE is setting the standard. They are, because the world body is totally involved. Any of the certifications we look around in UAE, it is setting the world standards. It's not that we are far behind. We will, but it will take a little more time. Then these sort of things has to be noted, and they are the first people to implement. So I'm sure, give me the materials that what you people have, the certificates or whatever you have, and your CV and your background, that what you people do, and then we can definitely arrange some sort of a window or a entry point to start the road, so that we reach the goal where we want to be.
Sure. Thank you very much.
Anyone else with questions? I think the huge help has been, I think, to get clarity that we can go through a DHA route, because I think that's the best approach for all of us, because even for insurance purpose and so many other things. So I think that's what collectively we will definitely, we've also had a talk with the school, RTT school, so they are more than happy to help us with any kind of documentation. So as you said, if there is any comparison to the Western, whatever information you need, I think from the RTT school, we will get that. So I think the process probably would take time, but I think we kind of feel that maybe, and I know, Henry, that you're the Superman of the chapter, so you can make it possible for sure. Anyone else with any questions? If not, I won't take Henry's time on an evening. I think that.
Feel free to ask. I can leave my email address and I can leave my contact. Maybe the first contact point is Vidya. So let it come through her, and you have her contact anyway with you guys. Whatever the questions that if it is not remembering now, maybe when you remember, oh, I didn't ask this, please shoot a question to Vidya. And we are here. See, end of the day, I have only one word to tell. We are here to help each other. I can spread my knowledge to you people and educate you. That's very important for us. And I'm very happy to do that. I can always take an extra time. You need any assistance, please feel free to ask Vidya, and I'm there to help you out. If it is in my reach, if it is not in my reach, don't ask, but still, I will try my best.
Thank you so much for that. I think we pretty much covered everything. As Henry said, if there's anything, then we will get the questions together and I will reach out to you. I will anyway see you soon. So thank you so much once again. And I think
Thank you very much.
Huge help for us with regard to the DHA, because that's something I think if that gets sorted, then so many else will get sorted for us. So I think let's all work towards that. Thank you everyone for your time. And I
thank you all.
In the group.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. Good night. Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.